How did the Netflix thing happen?
Oh, I trained Anthony Edwards for, I think, 2 months after the season was up and he was getting ready to go to the Olympics to go play. I feel like people just don't hustle as hard as they think they do in Miami. I just think the sun is beautiful, the beach is beautiful. I told myself for the first 3 to 6 months, I'm not gonna do nothing but focus on my brand, focus on my craft, focus on getting it better and just getting as many clients as I can. I told myself in 6 months, I need to have 15 clients. When I got to 20 clients, I said, okay, what's the new goal?
Someone at some point is going to challenge you to change your price, your situations. You're too accessible. They say if you become too accessible, it means you got to increase your pricing because everyone has access to you. Welcome to the Laventure X Podcast, where we explore the hero's journey. Today's journey is a very, very special journey, a very funny journey. He's a celebrity boxing trainer. He's my guy, my friend, Dawson. What's good, brother?
Nothing, chilling. How you feeling?
I'm chilling, man. First of all, don't go down, okay?
You know, the camera started rolling.
Very white voice just came out. Oh, chilling. How are you?
How you feeling?
Everything's perfect, man. Thank you for coming on the show. This is gonna be, first of all, warning. It's gonna be one of the funniest. But I'm excited that you're on the show because I want to talk a lot about just branding, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the way you built your brand and overall, as much as there are trainers all over the world, right? And even in this particular situation, you're living in Miami. Miami's filled with so many different trainers, but you stand apart somehow, right? Yeah. So I want to kind of explore that, what you do as different. I saw you on Netflix, and I'm like, what is this guy doing here? You're working with celebrities, and I want to talk a little bit about branding. Obviously, on this show, the goal is to talk about story, right? Talk about story. Usually it's filmmakers, photographers. I want to make a podcast about creatives, right? And I consider you a creative. So let's, first of all, before we say anything, let's break bread. Let's have some babo cool. Right? This is some Haitian rum. And of course,
they think Hennessy strong. This right here put hair on your chest. Some babo cool. Oh, Lord, cheers.
My brother, for an amazing conversation.
Yes, sir.
And of course,
they still strong.
I barely touched it. And it's full of ice.
Lord Jesus.
And just to let you guys know again, this episode is sponsored by nobody. So if you want to sponsor the Laventure X Podcast, holla in DM. But let's get started. So outside of being a comedian part-time, let's talk about how you even got into boxing. What initially got you into the sport of boxing?
I was being bullied in a very young age. I feel like when we all come to America. Yeah. So I was born here, went back to Haiti in a very young age. Okay. I think I was a preemie when I was born here. My mom waited until I became of age where the doctor deemed me healthy. Sorry. And then she flew me back to Haiti, and I stayed in Haiti with my mom, my brother, my sister, and my father. But I kept getting sick. Yeah. So my mom, I think I've stayed in Haiti for 3, 4, maybe 5 years. My mom felt like I just kept getting sick, so she sent me back to America to live with my aunt, my uncle. So I didn't speak no English. I went probably like 1 year of kindergarten in Haiti. Yeah. And then when I came back to the States, being bullied, my uncle was like, no, he needs to learn how to defend himself. So first my uncle started teaching me. Then I started going to a local boxing gym, and then I started learning how to protect myself before my family came back to get me. So all the Haitian story. My mom came back, got, I think, who was the president at the time? Ice-T. My father worked for President Ice-T at the moment. So he ended up getting my mom, my brother, my sister, and everybody papers, and my grandmother. And you know, that's not easy. So they even got the grandmother papers, and then they all came and got me in New York. And then we all moved to Maryland.
Okay, so that's where I got to learn how to fight, because especially if you Haitian. I grew up in a small town called Pahokee.
Pahokee, where?
Pahokee. It's more a little bit more north than Miami. It's close to like Lake Okeechobee. Yeah. It's the country. Pahokee sounds country. It really is. You know what I mean? And the cool thing about Pahokee was that it was a lot of farmland. So a lot of Haitians that they came, they would come to work like na jardin.
Yeah.
How do you call it? Yeah, in the fields or whatever like that. So there was like dry.
The Haitian translation, I didn't even know what you meant. I was like, damn, hold up, what's he about to say? And that translation was on point though. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's a small city, man. There's a lot of agriculture. It's called the muck because the soil is the muck is so rich, right? And everybody out there, a lot of athletes come from in the NFL come from Pahokee. So they say because we chase rabbits and stuff like that. Yeah. That's why we get so fast. But yeah, listen.
Put the time into it.
No, seriously. There's nothing to do. There's literally nothing to do. But man, I was born here in the United States, but like I always could see they called them a just come. And you could tell when the things weren't matching,
bro,
wasn't looking right.
When I first came, just because I was in New York, my cousins and them taught me style.
Oh.
So shout out to my cousin Max Fito Sinal. Shout out to him. But he taught me fashion in a young age, and he was younger than me.
Yeah.
And he knew, hey, this don't go together, whatever case might be. But when I moved down to Maryland, and then I seen my brother and my sister, my brother was wearing those Jesus slippers. Before they cool now. Foreigners made the Jesus slippers cool now with all that extra stuff. But no, my brother was wearing the thrift store socks with the Jesus slippers going to school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was bad. And then when it's in DC, it snows. So you got island people for the first time in DC, and they don't know about the snow. So it's snowing outside, people screaming, the sky is falling. Like it was bad in DC.
Okay.
And it's just, and there wasn't a lot of big Haitian community when I grew up. It was just a few specks of Haitians, Africans, and then a lot of Americans. Yeah. And you know Americans, if they don't understand you, you're not black. If they don't understand you, you're not black. So growing up and them not, like New York, it's okay, like if you're foreign. Mm-hmm. But in the DMV, it was not okay if you was foreign. I feel like it's the same thing in Florida or Miami, how they treated the Haitians down here.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It's love now.
Yeah, it's
definitely love now. But obviously you got into boxing or just the act of learning how to fight to learn how to defend yourself. Yeah. When did you actually get into like an actual ring and say, okay, this is something?
I was at round 1 in DC first, and the coach there was teaching me how to throw punches, how to move around. He really wanted to help me out. And then I got into Sugar Ray Leonard all the way till I was like 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. I broke my hand, and that's what stopped me, like, to keep pushing. Because if your mom ain't gonna pay for insurance, insurance. Oh, like sit down somewhere. Don't be doing a lot of active stuff. And then you got a lot of Haitian moms that be like, you're not built like these Americans here in America. If you do something, you break something, blah, blah, blah. So she always put that fear in my head. So if I ever got in street fights, I had to make sure I ended it quick. No marks on my face, no nothing before my mom caught me.
Yeah.
Because the baton at home be worse than the beatings outside. So I really just got in, and she never knew I was at the boxing gym. My mom never knew I was at the boxing gym learning. And when she did find out, she bought me a heavy bag, put it on the tree outside the house and said, do it here.
Yeah.
So I practiced. I had all the local kids in the neighborhood come down. I'm training them. I'm sparring them. I'm sparring at the boxing gym. I just kept working and practicing and mastering my craft. That's all it was. Since I was young, like 5, 6, 7 years old, just training. That's all I did.
So what made you come to, again, we talked a little bit before the podcast, we talked a little bit about the reasons you came to Miami. What made you transition over here?
What made me come to Miami first, I thought my father still lived in Miami. I'm going to come to Miami. I'm going to like build a better relationship with him and see him. I came down. He lived in Texas now. But I didn't call him to tell him. I wanted to surprise, I'm here.
Okay.
But I didn't know. So when I came down, I met my cousins. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay here.
Okay, perfect.
And I just made the decision to stay. There's a lot of other stuff too, but the main one was like I needed change. I couldn't stay in DC no more. My business, I liked it, but it was more so like it was depleting because I didn't feel like I could get up and do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I wanted to change the scenery. I wanted to be in a new place. Nobody knew my name, and I wanted to see where I could do it in a year.
Perfect. And that transitions into the purpose of this conversation. I want to jump into social media. I want to jump into branding, the importance of building your brand and how you did it down here. Because from what I see, right, it looks like you came down here and you went to a boxer gym.
Boxer gym,
right? So we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that. But it looks like you came in and you just conquered fairly quickly, no?
Very quickly.
Okay. So
I feel like it.
So tell me how you were able to do that.
I feel like people just don't hustle as hard as they think they do in Miami. I just think the sun is beautiful, the beach is beautiful, the nightlife is beautiful. So I told myself for the first 3 to 6 months, I'm not gonna do nothing but focus on my brand, focus on my craft, focus on getting it better and just getting as many clients as I can. I told myself in 6 months, I need to have 15 clients. When I got to 20 clients, I said, okay, what's the new goal?
Yeah.
So it's just setting milestones, setting goals. For my branding, I already been able to do it since I was in DC. What happens is if you master your craft, and that's how I learned from my older brother. He told me the best way. He said, if you work on your craft, you will never have to work again.
Yeah.
So I practiced every day. I studied every day. I looked at different mitt holders and how they hold their mitts and how they do their style. I adopted the quickest and most efficient way for me to do my mitt work. Then I read books on learning curves. And every human being have different variations of learning curves. Some people need to be visual. Some people need to be told. Some people need to, you fix them in the position. Some people need to be able to see somebody else do the motion.
Yeah.
So from 7 different learning curves, I just started building 20 different ways that I can explain one action to you. Same as having a kid. If you say don't do that and you don't give him his whys, he's just going to continue to do it over and over and over again. So I learned how to train average people, regular people based on their learning curve. If I see you a visual learner, this is where I stay at. I stay in the visual learning field, and then I just keep giving you as much information as I can.
Yeah.
And my goal is I try to get you as sharp as possible within the first month. When you can see your progression in the first month, you want to keep going. By the second and third month, I'm going to make you drill the same thing. As repetition builds reputation.
Yeah.
So I'm building your skill and I'm building your endurance mentally to be able to do the same action over and over and over again until you get it. And once you get it, that's what keeps people hooked, because they look at the passion that I bring and what I'm doing, and I'm like eyes wide open.
You're definitely passionate. One thing about it is your energy definitely is contagious from what I see.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. So that jumps into my next question. Do you think that it's better to have a better work ethic, or do you think it's better to have just better like talent?
I think from both sides, I feel like it's better to love what you do. And when you love what you do, you obsess over it, and then you build on it like that. And then everybody, whoever you're gonna gravitate towards you gravitate. Like in DC, I never paid for a videographer.
Yeah.
They saw my skill. They wanted to film it. Some people came out to film it. Some people wanted to train and barter to give me free content. So my content started building by everybody wanting to be a part. And when they say, and it's in the Bible, and this a lot of people say, if you learn your craft and you're obsessed with your craft, a lot of people will eat from it.
Yeah.
And that's all I focused on. I focused on studying, bettering myself in it. And if somebody can't get it right away, I don't frustrate myself, because I know it's going to click eventually. And then when it clicks for them, I have a client for life. Like Callie is my client for 6 years. My best friend Salou has been my client for 7 years. Now he's my brother.
Yeah.
He learned how to hold mitts. He learned how to do, we all just grinding, lived in New York together, did the same thing. Everybody who I consider my close friend, we worked hard in a hot ass garage, training for hours until we perfected our technique.
And now we're here. Now we here.
Callie is selling big paintings and homes in Miami and doing her thing. She with Earl doing the same thing. It's just a brotherhood of hardworking people.
Definitely. Your network is definitely your network.
Ooh,
yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? And that works. That means everything in the world. It speaks volumes. But the thing that you said that caught my attention 100% was the patience part. As a filmmaker and a photographer, and I'm going to put it into one little bucket and say creative, man, you got to be patient. And sometimes, especially in the world that we live in right now, it is really, really fast paced. I want it done like, it's like a microwave. I want it done like this, right? But I think that's patience. For example, I'll kind of make the similarities. You said, listen, this person might not get it eventually, but like people take into consideration the experience that they had with you, the patience that you had, the care you took with them, right? So 100%, that's going to be an investment, and you're going to eat later on. If you might not eat right now from it, but later on, you're going to eat from that investment that you made in your time and the patience that you had with that individual. And film is literally the exact same thing. And in the industry, right? And that's why on this podcast, you don't have to be a filmmaker or photographer. It's the same recipe done by multiple different people in different ways. Talk a little bit about your network, right? Tell me about how in those moments when you don't feel like doing it, what do they do to compete with you and to push you to your competitive edge?
Man, like my boy Salou is a Nike coach, a Nike trainer. Like that's one. Shad is a top Lululemon coach. On top of that, he has a content creator that's constantly making them content daily. Then you have Callie, who buys homes, sells homes, art, and she's selling her artwork for thousands of dollars. Then you have Ocho, who's in LA, who has Keep Winning, and it's a whole big brand that he wants it to compete with Nike one day. And then you have CJ, who trains all top celebrities, Drake and everybody across the board. And when I see their Instagram popping up on my IG, I'm like, dang, I ain't doing enough.
Yeah. So is that what it basically is?
It is.
Like,
it's no envy. It's no hating on your friends. Motivation. It's like, damn, my friends is getting up and doing this. I need to get up and do more. Yeah. And it's just going up and doing more. And then in our mind, it's whoever pops first pulls the next one over. You know what I'm saying? But
do you think it's contagious?
It's like, contagious, man. Yeah. Everybody want to win, and everybody is texting everybody, and it's like, yo, I got this done. And everyone is proud of each other. Like when my boy Salou gets something, he calls me right away. He tells me he loves me, and he tells me what he got going on. Yeah. If I got something going on, I tell him I love him, and then we break bread.
That's amazing, bro. Yeah. 100% network is definitely your net worth, and that's something that's been happening with my agency as well. So it's something I always recommend to anybody. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Like if you're a dentist, bro, if you're hanging out with other dentists, but you not even just dentists, individuals who are inspired, motivation, wake up every single day with purpose.
Facts.
It's gonna be contagious. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable, right? So I think that's incredibly important. Let's talk a little bit about what was the first big project or first celebrity that you worked with, where you was like, oh, I'm popping right now.
The first celebrity, I think it was Bradley Beal. Okay. So I was working with Bradley Beal and Kamaya Beal.
Who he was playing with? Right?
He was playing with Washington, D.C. Okay. So I ended up training like majority of the people in the Wizards basketball team in that time period. Okay. So the wives, and then I was training Kamaya Beal. Then I ended up training him in the cut. No one knew because he couldn't post about it. But I was just racking up hours. It was like the whole year round. I'm just training them nonstop for 3-4 years. Then I got Ari Lennox. And Ari Lennox at the time, she was thicker. And I made her lose 50 pounds. So 50 pounds of take it. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying I love
her. Yeah, so Ari Lennox, I have it on my Instagram. I went in her kitchen. I saw a bowl with Oreo cookies and chili.
As we got some Oreos.
Yeah, I know. Oreo cookies and chili. I said, oh, hell no. I went in my car, got that big black trash bag, went in her cabinet. It's on video on my IG. I'm grabbing food, chucking it in there, and she's over here like dying laughing. And I'm just throwing everything in the trash. I ended up throwing majority of it. Some of the snacks I kept, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of the snacks that I never seen before, I kept it. But I threw majority of all her stuff away, told her that she needs to stay away from sugar, alcohol, and stuff like that so she could really focus on her weight loss. Went to the gym with her for, 6 months straight, Planet Fitness. Trained her at Planet Fitness sometime at her apartment, taught her some boxing here and there. 50 pounds came off. She went back on tour. Boom. The rest, it wrote like she lost the weight, knows how to keep the weight off.
That's good.
And yeah, that's my dog. Like, she cool people. 100%. And then after her was nothing but basketball players, football players. I trained Lamar Jackson. I trained Anthony Edwards. I'm training more football players now at Boxer Gym.
Yeah.
It's just been fun. It's a movie right now. It's a dream. My mom loves it.
Yeah.
But my mom is more popular than me though. Yeah, if you go on her TikTok, all of y'all probably follow her page. Y'all don't even know it's my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's popular,
good,
bro. 484K followers.
Mom?
Yeah. On TikTok.
Hey man, brand deals.
TikTok.
Hey.
When I show y'all her TikTok before I leave, y'all gonna be like, yo, your mom is lit. She worse than me 10 times.
So how did the Netflix thing happen? Like,
I trained Anthony Edwards for I think 2 months after the season was up and he was getting ready to go to the Olympics to go play ball. So I'm training them.
What was that? Was it top five? What was it?
Top 5.
Okay, top 5.
Yeah, top 5. So I go to the crib one day. He doesn't tell me nothing. He doesn't say nothing to me. I just go to the crib. I pull up to one of the Airbnbs he had and I see a whole bunch of camera crew in here. So you know me, I've been around the celebrities and trainers. So I'm like, okay, it's a bunch of cameras. I had no clue the whole time. They just was like, hey, do you mind being mic'd up? But first, they wasn't going to mic me up. I was just training him. But I just kept saying craziness out of my mouth.
Yeah, we see that.
But I was like saying motivational quotes like, don't get tired, aim for the top because the bottom is overcrowded. So Netflix was like, huh? They ran up to me, put the microphone, strapped me up.
Sign this real quick.
Sign that real quick, exactly. So I signed some paperwork. I got back to training. And they showed a piece of my clip. So the second season is when the full segment gonna probably come out. So it was like a split second of him running the mints. But the next time that goes around, they're gonna show the lead in to the Olympics.
That's dope.
So that was fire. I sent that video to my mom real quick. Mama, we made it.
What'd you say?
I said, Mama, we made it. She was happy. She made a TikTok video about it.
We got
my son.
Look on the screen. We're going to put the tech somewhere over here.
Yeah. I'm going to make her more famous. She's going to be like, oh, Lord Jesus, my baby.
All right. So let me ask you this. Let's talk about your workflow. Do you treat your brand, your business as a 9 to 5?
Not really. It builds up over time. Like I'll go to work, think I have 3 people and they build up to like 8. And I'm just like, bro.
Let me be more specific. I'm talking about more so your approach, meaning that, okay, at some point when you're getting into something like that, okay, I'm just doing it. But like, did it ever get to a point where it built or got too much that you're like, okay, I can't just treat this like something I'm just doing. I got to treat this like a very transactional thing where I have a schedule going on. At some point, was there evolution where I'm like, okay, this is an empire I'm building right now. Yeah. Let me switch things up a little bit.
I started off with just making sure I put all my clients on the notes and their time and schedule that they normally have. But then the more my rates went up, the more high-end clients I got and the more I realized they're not, I know. Yesterday's price ain't today's price, people. All right? This Haitian is different. But like the higher end clients that I started getting, they travel more. Yeah. Their schedule and meetings that they have is always adjusting. So I'd never fully know what time I'm actually gonna train them. If they tell me a day before, cool. When they tell me the day of, I have to scramble and make adjustments to my schedule as I go. So the people that paid me 3 bands versus 2 bands, I have to constantly finesse and figure out like, how do I shift this person to there? Is that person okay? But because I give my genuine self to everyone, everybody works with me.
There's a common theme that I've been getting with everybody. Luckily, everyone who agreed is people that I respect, people who are very, very successful. So, And the common thing that I'm hearing right now is that you gotta love what you do, man. If you don't love what you do and you just do it for a check, then you're gonna be miserable. Right? Our last guest, Victor, was telling me, he said on the show, listen, there are billionaires right now trying to jump off a bridge because they're just not happy. I have all the money in the world. And I'm like, you would think, oh, yeah, $1 billion, I'm happy, I'm good. But it doesn't create that happiness. You gotta love what you're doing and have some sort of discipline in what you're doing. So that goes a long way. I learned so much with these different people.
Like, I got a new client who's because a lot of people always ask me, how do I get all these athletes and all that? Because the people that I train could be the manager for 100 athletes. And one manager for 100 athletes, if I make that one manager mindset at ease through boxing, I'm going to get athletes sent to me. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do my part. And sometimes I don't know who's the manager. So he said to me the best thing, like 90% of athletes go bankrupt. 90% of athletes go broke. And it's because a lot of these people, they focus so much on making money and making a check where they forget to have assets. So when the lucrative money is not coming in no more and you don't have no assets like land, property, a business, then the well goes dry. Yeah. And when the well goes dry, that's what's stressing you out. Now you have to do it like it's a job. Yeah, you got to be focused, man. You got to stay focused. Be focused and love what you're doing and be intentional about it. Plus, I'm firstborn generation. And when you're firstborn generation, you don't just work for yourself. You work for everybody in your family and the ones back home. Yeah. So let me ask you this then. Do you feel a sense of responsibility to take care of everybody? Yes. Yeah? I'm the only one born here. Everybody else come from from Haiti, from IET. So from everybody coming from there and then everybody having kids and everybody is growing now, it's like, I gotta put some respect on the Saint Jour name. Now I gotta make sure that the little ones have somebody to aspire to and they're not just choosing a job at Walmart, or not saying there's nothing wrong with Walmart and nothing like that, but I want to set the bar so high. I make sure, because I don't want nobody in the comments like, well, he got against Walmart. I ain't got nothing against Walmart. But I want to set the bar so high that they know they can get to it or they can strive to it or something. Disclaimer, okay? Walmart, I love y'all. Unpopular opinion. Walmart is crazy. I don't like going to Walmart. You don't like going to Walmart? I hate going to Walmart. I go through the same exact thing when I go to a Walmart. Never mind. Let's take it. Cut. Walmart, sponsor this podcast. No, listen. Last year, I shot a HBCU tour sponsored by Walmart. So I'm editing it, so I'm going to take you out. We love Walmart. I'm crazy. I'm okay, all right. But since I'm gonna cut this anyway, listen, Walmart people look crazy. You're crazy, bro. I don't know. They be ready to fight in there. They do long lines and then they be ready to fight. Like, it's crazy. Especially on Black Friday. What? It's better now, but once upon a time I saw old news things where people would be outside the door and they open the door and everybody just runs in. You know what I mean? It's different now, obviously, because of cyber, like, everything is done online now. Nobody's trying to go into the store no more. But yeah, because people was getting beat up for their PS5s in the parking lot. Quick cutaway. But we'll scratch you out. But yeah, man. But I believe heavily in seasons. This is the season that you're in. You want to stay in it for a long time, or do you see a new season over the horizon where you about to take things to a different level? I'm about to be 4 years away from 40, so I'm like. The way I look at it, the next chapter for me is probably stuntman coordinator. So I'm learning knife fighting. I shoot guns competitively and I keep practicing in that. I just picked up archery. I know, I'm doing a lot. I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm a blue belt in judo. I'm learning different, do Muay Thai now. So I'm putting so much stuff in my path so I can find another space. Yeah. So this right here, I feel like I conquered the fitness realm for about 16, 20 years now. And now it's just like,
Bigger.
I want to be in the credits when you sitting in the movie theater, like, yo, I see my uncle's name, or I see my father's name, whatever the case might be. I want to be in that realm soon enough. And right now I just want to teach people how to do it. Mm-hmm. And if it's the same way I'm doing it in boxing, teaching all the different martial arts, shooting guns and knife fighting and martial arts, I want to be able to do all that for the next half of my life.
Yeah.
Because that would be the new passion that I want to do. And imagine when you do your passion, you're around it 24/7.
Exactly.
So that means I'm around shooting guns 24/7, jiu-jitsu 24/7, and that would be my life. And that's how I want to spend it all till I die.
But does that also transition into your long term? Is that long term? What is the
long term? Be a martial artist. Be like what's his name? Moto Musashi or Musashi. Oh, let's see. The same mindset.
But I mean, obviously the same
warrior mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, like before Toussaint and them had their revolution, he read about Spartacus and he read about Leonidas. Those were two people that they tried to enslave those groups. The Persians tried to enslave Leonidas in the 300, and it was outnumbered 10,000 to 300, or at the time it was at least 10,000 Spartan soldiers and about, I think, like 20 or 30,000 Persian soldiers. And then Spartacus was a gladiator that was enslaved by the Romans, and that fought to unslave all the gladiators and anybody that was a slave at that time. So when Toussaint was reading those two stories about those two men, that's how he started the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. That's why I got it tattooed all on my arm.
Okay,
Spartacus and the 300.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Like, I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. Are you into tech, into workflows, anything like that?
No.
No?
I feel like I'm anointed, bro. Like every tech thing, every video that's ever been created, it's like my creative juices start at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Are you solo team?
Huh?
Solo team? Just you?
Solo team. No, I have a girl named Nicole. I have two other guys, Matt and MC, who does majority of my content for me. But when I do the ones on the phone, those ones hot too. So when I was doing it from DC and I came down here in Miami, I just found people that wanted to do the same thing for me that people were doing in DC. And that's why I feel like God always got my back. It's like he puts me in position to always win, and I never question it.
I love it. I love it, man. And it's obviously the evolution of your business, evolution of everything that you do. As we're talking about business and talking about evolution, talk a little bit. I want to kind of have a kind of back and forth about this one, but like talk about your evolution in pricing as a business, right? Like you just said, today's price is
confidence.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. So, and obviously, a lot of people in just industries, whether it be tech, whether it be videography, photography, people go through that transition of, okay, I'm just trying to get experience. I'm trying to find a passion for it. I do it because I just love it, to the point where now, okay, now I'm too accessible now. I got to raise my price. Talk a little bit about that transition in pricing where you said, okay, listen, my time is worth a little bit more now that I got to increase my price.
Yeah.
First part, second part, when you raise that price, did people change on you?
Yeah, 100%. So you got to kind of like be fearless when you raise your price. Right? When I first started, it was the fear and doubt was I good enough?
Yeah.
And when you start training people, you realize when I went to Rumble Boxing and I had to go through a year of training and I had a talent coach, basically you're the professional in the room. You don't go to a doctor and tell your doctor what you need. Your doctor is going to tell you what you need, and you're just going to listen and sign off on the pills that they give you. Yeah. So the same thing when it comes to training. You came to me because you don't have a clue on what to do. You can watch these videos all day, but if you're not understanding how to program it for yourself, you're not going to get any results. So I'm the professional. So that's one. You have to have the confidence to know I'm the professional in the room. And then it went from, okay, I'm going to raise my price, but I didn't know how to really raise your price. Yeah. Until I was taught by the manager, not the manager, the owner of Boxer Gym, Mateo. He basically broke it down to me on how to charge. So if you look at all your bills as a as a total. You look at all your bills. How many clients do you need to pay your bills? Now, if you put 10 clients for a $5,000 bill, now that 5 clients, now you gonna need 5 people to make sure this $5,000 is paid for. But now if you jack it up and say only 3 clients for $5,000, now life is not as grueling as it needs to be. You split 5,000 to 3, divided by 3, that's how much you charging everybody.
Yeah.
Now all I work on is trying to get 3 clients to live my whole lifestyle. Now I have like at least 30, 32 clients.
Laja. So okay, but listen, there was a transition period, right? Somebody who was like, okay, I need to get some boxing lessons, and it was affordable. At some point, they popped back up and they said, your price went here?
Yeah, when they went there, the people who can afford you will find you. Sometimes, but you can go, like when I first moved here for a year, when I had my downtime, it's because I bumped my prices up by like $100. About $100. And I sat back and I just looked and I was like, bro, if I don't get this money, I don't know how this build it. And boom, first one hit. Second one hit. Then I got a manager that hit me up to train a football player. Then the celebrities started coming back because I did not shake, I did not waver, and I did not sacrifice my peace to train somebody for less. Yeah. And I just stuck to my guns. If you can't afford me, that trainer right there is well and ready to train you for the price that you want. So, and then the trainers in the gym started giving me a little bit more respect because if I couldn't take you, I gave you to somebody else. And I gave you to somebody else. And then the trainers next to me are eating because I knew you were not my client. Yeah. My client don't complain about money because if you complain about money, I'm going to complain about money. Yeah. If I'm over here saying I can't afford, you can't afford me, I'm not going to be able to afford the things that I want. Yeah. You will find the people you're looking for. The number one thing in the Bible they talk about, you got to be patient. You got to wait. Yeah. And you got to be in the room of silence. Sometimes it be the last second when that bill needs to be paid before you get evicted. You got to wait. You got to wait.
And it's funny, bro. Like you just said it. Sometimes not only do you have to have patience, but faith,
lots of
faith and patience. But like I'll kind of ditto what you had just said. There are gonna be times where you just gotta say no, and it's gonna suck because you got bills. I remember recently something happened where there was a celebrity. One of my homeboys reached out to me and they were like, "There's a celebrity that wants a creative videographer, photographer, or whatnot, but they want to try somebody out for the free and to see how you guys work together." And in the film and photography industry, it's one of those situations where you gotta know your worth. I was talking to Rudolph about this. You gotta know your worth because at the end of the day, you gotta be able to say no, I'm good, right? Even if it's a celebrity. Obviously, you gotta use your wits about the situation for the most part because some opportunities can shift. At some point when you've gone past that initial stage where like, okay, I'm in a season of just growth. When you're in a situation now, when you've done the work, it's okay to say, okay, I'm in a space right now where I know my value and that's not going to work right now. Yeah. Right? Same thing you said, okay, that's not my price. You can't afford it. I understand this individual can take care of you right now. Yeah. And sometimes, again, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, someone at some point is going to challenge you to change your price. Your situations, you're too accessible. They say if you become too accessible, it means you got to increase your pricing because everyone has access to you. When you increase your price, you'll get less people, right? But at the same time, you'll do less work and make either the same amount of money or more. If you, again, like you said, practice on your craft, you perfected what you did, you're consistent in what you do, and you love what you do, is going to work volumes, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of those things. Stick to your guns, and it's going to hurt because you're going to lose. You're going to lose some clients.
I didn't think I was going to make it. When I made it, I said,
losing it.
Lord Jesus,
you gotta be okay losing it, brother.
Facts.
At the end of the day, what kind of projects do you have going on right now?
Man, I have one of my clients fighting for Haymakers for Hope. He's raised $63,000 for cancer. And cancer awareness. After that, on the 8th, I'm doing a women's self-defense at Space. teaching I think like 20 to 30 women how to really protect themselves with my knife coach, Sifu, and one of my best friends, Emiliano and Alicio. We all gonna come together and teach a bunch of women how to protect themselves. After that, I'm gonna go head up to LA, do some content down there. I have top LA girls in boxing coming down in April 8th. I'm gonna do mint work with them. Yeah. And the rest of the year, just training athletes and bettering. I have a manager now, like that has 150 clients accessible to him. So I don't know. It's just gonna grow, and I just know God got me.
Elijah.
God got me.
That's what's up, man. And then, of course, as we conclude and we kind of break things down to the end of this podcast, again, great conversation. A project that we haven't jumped on and finished. I want to talk a little bit about the documentary that we're supposed to be working on. Obviously, times are like really super busy at the moment, but something that we're working on. But I reached out to you. Obviously, as a filmmaker and an individual who loves story, and we talked about creating a documentary about your passion for boxing, the reason that you wake up in the morning. This is what I love to do. Talk a little bit about some of the kind of creative direction we had with that and how that conversation was.
I like the videos you showed me. That you wanted to showcase, like how I wake up in the morning, what I eat, what I put on to get to the gym, how do I organize the program and breakdown of whatever fighter. And I know you've seen the mitt work with Callie and the football player
She's
DJ.
Solid. She about to start a fight. She's about to get into a fight soon.
Man, no, she don't want to fight. She just got her nose done. She like her pretty face now. She's not gonna do that. Too pretty now.
She's solid, man. I remember you showed me her before and after videos. That's solid.
She's 6 years of training her.
Yeah.
She been my dog for 6 years. But what everybody has something that they're fighting for, whether you do it to fight, whether you don't fight, we all have a story and we all have something we're fighting for. You either fighting the demons within you, fighting the demons that's coming at you. At the end of the day, we all are fighting for something. Mm-hmm. You just gotta figure out what your fight is and what's your why to keep standing.
Yeah.
I'm dropping gems. You heard that?
Absolutely.
Gems.
No, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to work on it. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you do what you do? It's going to be interesting to see how someone who loves story, who has a passion for what they do, how it shows on screen, how everything comes together, man. But
I can't wait for that.
It's going to be solid. It's going to definitely be solid. It's important to have individuals like yourself who can tell their story, because everybody wants something, and it helps if I figure out someone who's in a situation right now and I can learn from them. So I appreciate you, brother.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, sir.
I just feel like everybody needs to figure out their genuine self and know that we all put in this world to help each other, further each other, and better each other. Yeah. If you don't have no selfish reasons, so withhold, take away, it's always growth in your direction.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Appreciate you, brother. And of course, man, listen, if you want to see more amazing content, like, subscribe, push the notification bell so you can be notified every time we put new videos. We have a lot more great conversations happening. Brother, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I look forward to see all the crazy projects you have coming up, man.
It's going to be fun.
And of course, you know what I mean? Like I said, guys, this episode was sponsored by nobody. Get these sponsorships coming. I need some of your Laja. All right, guys, have a good one. Au revoir.
Now I'm about to show y'all my mama. I'm about to show y'all this little crazy ass lady. Let me sip this barbecue. It's so hard to keep my I tried, but it's hard to keep my personality going if Ramon ain't talking, dog. You said something.